per usual, I didn't have YouTube up, so we're going to start the same way we do every day. And just make sure that we're live.
Hold on.
Did I go the right way?
We're live.
Woo. Sorry, I clicked on the subscription for Who Picked This Book Club, and I saw Mansplainer, and I was like, oh, no. Did I start the wrong one? No.
Oh, no.
No, we did not.
I would have a panic attack.
All right. Well, hello, everybody.
Hi.
We are discussing A Very Merry Bromance by Lyssa K. Adams. I hope it's Lyssa instead of Lisa. It could be either.
I heard it said Lyssa, so I think you're right.
I don't think I've ever watched an interview with her, so I've never heard how she says her own name. So it's
no.
Who knows? But yeah, this is the 5th book, the last book that's actually out in the Bromance Book Club series. So high five,
far.
Team. We finished another one. Yeah. I read it.
I liked it.
I did too.
It. I struggled with parts of it.
Yeah, we did talk a little bit about those. We're going to try and kill a little bit of time. I know Charles had mentioned that he wanted to be here, so we're just going to give him like 5 minutes-ish and see where it's at.
Here.
Nicole's here. Nicole, why aren't you in the live stream? Or did I not return the book fast enough for you to get the audio book? Shh. Hey, Liz.
Liz.
And we got Bianca again. Hey.
Hi.
Yeah, saying hi to everybody. Bianca, did you read this one? Did I feel like I saw something on Goodreads about it? Maybe you categorized it. I don't know.
I'm so confused with the categorization on.
I need to do that. Goodreads. I need to be better about it. I have too many things. Oh, she did read it. Nice. All right.
Yay.
I'm gonna try not to start at the end.
I liked it though. It wasn't my favorite, but I really liked it.
Yeah, we were talking. So, and I agree. Alicia's
my rating
progression of the book series is it goes 4. So Vlad's book,
4, 5.
So we start with Vlad, 5 for Colton, and then I think you said 3 for Noah, and then it was 1 for Gavin and 2 for Braden.
2 was the worst one. I'm sorry.
Because you hate Liv.
She's an a-hole. She's awful.
Uh-oh. Nicole is a drunk lady. I didn't finish the book. I got it last week. Oh, a drunk lady. Oh, that's rude.
I got a new iPhone.
Rude. Oh, yay. Started it today. All right.
It's really good.
You'll like it. Sorry, I thought you said that you were the drunk lady, but a drunk lady dumped it in the lake. We're going to have to hunt people down. Remind me which one 2 was Liv
and Mac.
Liv and Mac. She was working at a restaurant and then she caught him doing something terrible with the hosts. I think she was a hostess. And then it was all about bringing down the man. There we go.
I understood why she was so controlling, but she was still an a-hole even when she became nicer.
True. I didn't hate her in this book. Because you kept saying I still hate Liv. I thought she was going to do something really shady at one point. I was like, oh no,
not shady, but like the we all have that friend that's like, so what's going on? And like, no, but get your hands off me.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I want to say I don't know if you're there yet. It's not really a spoiler, but it was the Christmas get together with the bros and their wives and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where. Oh no, the awkward part. Yeah. And then like Mac just kept going up to Gretchen and being like, "Hi," and I go, "No, okay, that's just a little weird for me." Yeah. Okay, I know you two dated. I'm pretty sure you two banged. Let's just not relive these moments. Oh, Charles is here. Sorry, didn't mean to get super excited. Charles, we killed sometime. I swear, we only just now started talking about the book.
I don't believe you. I was watching live beforehand.
I wasn't talking about it that much, okay?
It's okay.
Oh, I can go straight into talking about Jane the Virgin if you want. We'll put the book aside. We've got other priorities to talk about.
Are you all caught up now?
I have 9 episodes to go. But yeah, when I was
Okay.
just, I guess I don't hate Michael as much anymore. Still Team Raphael, but he got real weird for a while. So at that point, I was just like, dang it, like, do I not like him anymore? It was a lot. There was a whole roller coaster. It's a telenovela for sure,
It's
and
so
I love
good.
I love that
good.
though.
Hello.
And then let's see. We should have been
Nicole.
Nicole. You should be on the live,
The
Nicole. There you go, Charles.
sass.
Just throw that at her.
The sass. Well, Nicole has a baby, so
True.
that's the ultimate trump card.
She's been on the live with the baby before. She's gonna come on just to spite me and then be like, okay, here I am.
Here.
Even
It's so good, Bianca. Like
I'm literally gonna pick it up this weekend to watch it. It's still on Netflix, right?
You got it. Yeah, you got to give it an episode or two, because the first one I was just like, what is this? And then the second one, you're like, okay, I see what it's doing, and it's a commentary on itself, and it was just, then it sucks you in, and you really can't stop.
And it is a romance. It's
It
definitely
is.
a romance. No, I didn't read it.
Snow Falling book. What?
It's the book that like Jane writes, that she's writing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right.
Mina's here.
Oh yeah, Nicole didn't finish the book. She got 60% though. And in her defense, some drunk lady threw her phone in the lake. So she does have reasons, and she was on vacation, so she couldn't like immediately get a phone. So
I'm surprised you didn't punch the lady, because I would have.
hey, Mina.
Hi.
Right. Everyone started typing at once. I was like, when it was on TV. See, I don't know if I could have done that week to week, because at one point they talk about a Friday night cliffhanger, and I was just like, if I had to have waited a whole week, I probably would have killed someone.
How do you feel? Now you get how I feel. You know that episode what happens to Michael after that test?
Oh my God.
I remember that cliffhanger, and I was like, what?
Like,
how
that
dare this
cliffhanger.
show?
What about the cliffhanger when, Bo and Jason, hopefully you remember those words. If you're into K-dramas, I feel like this might just be up your alley.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really watched K-dramas, but from what I've heard of them, I feel like they're going to be...
You haven't watched Squid Game?
Not yet.
Is Squid Game the thing with that big, like, doll thing and the creepy eyes? Because that's a huge reason why I won't watch it.
I started watching it and then I fell asleep.
Oh, no. Your husband's customers, rude, even worse. I hope he bought you the best phone out there, Nicole. You deserve it.
So saddening that you guys haven't watched Squid Game.
I don't watch much TV, just in general anymore.
If you watch it, just prepare yourself for the marble scene.
Okay.
Prepare me now for it. Oh, so Liz and me are on the same page. We don't do scary.
It's not scary.
If there's a doll-like creature that's got giant eyes that watches you and kills you if you move.
It looks
more
that way.
like a commentary on how if you're like really poor and you're super in debt, the lengths that you're willing to go to in order to make money.
Mm.
So it's like this weird mix of like it's these childhood games, but then if you lose, you get brutally murdered. But it's really good.
I'm still impatiently waiting for Interview with the Vampire season 2. Very impatiently waiting. Very impatiently waiting. I'm so mad.
I'm so close to rewatching the first.
I really
season
want
again.
to. I was thinking about it.
I was like Louis and Lestat had my heart.
The guy playing Lestat, perfect.
I just love their casting. I was like, I could just watch a whole TV show of them just sitting in a room talking to each other.
But the weird thing is they recast Claudia for season 2.
Oh, because probably she's in like those Avatar movies.
I didn't find out why, but they recast the girl who played Claudia for season 2.
It's so good. Jen, if you want, I will watch the Marbles episode with you to hold your hand. It's bad.
Is a whole episode? That sounds terrifying.
I don't want to give away too much, but like it's brilliant how the show did it, but it's also so cruel. It's so cruel.
I mean, I hear marbles and like you lose, you die, and I can just imagine. Like 3 of the worst things, and I'm like, which one of
I'll
them
just
is
give
it
you a
going to
little
be?
hint. A lot of people paired up with people that they were friends with in the competition. So you pair up in groups of 2, but they didn't know what they were doing beforehand.
That's never good. I was like, spoil it. Spoilers. I have a banner for that. Hold on. Let's
No, it's not
prepare
a spoiler. It's not a spoiler really, because you can do anything you want with the marbles. You just have to devise a game where someone wins and someone loses,
Oh man, doesn't
and
sound
the person who loses gets killed.
gets killed. Killed with the marbles?
No, it's a gunshot.
I was thinking like being killed with marbles. Like, oh, they're gonna shove a bunch of marbles down your throat until you just suffocate to death, or they're gonna dump a
So
bunch of marbles on
good.
you and it's gonna crush you, or they're just gonna pelt you with a bunch of marbles until you die. And I was like, that sounds like a real bad.
I
way
have
to
so
go.
many shows that I just need to catch up on, and I know
That
that.
one you have to. Season 2 is coming up soon.
So they are doing a season 2.
Of
It's
course.
Wednesday, Shannon. Is this our first
Hi,
Wednesday?
Shannon.
Welcome back to Wednesday. We should have started with that. I failed. See, this is why we need you here. Thanks for popping in, though. Hi.
Hey.
Okay, this isn't really a spoiler because Nicole read the first 60%, but for like the first couple chapters, I wanted to punch her in the
Paul?
face.
Which one? The heroine?
What's her name? What the hell's her name? The lawyer.
The lawyer?
Liv?
Gretchen
No, no,
Who's
the one
lawyer?
in the, what is it, Shannon? In this, what the hell's her name in this book?
Gretchen.
There was a lawyer?
Gretchen, that's it.
I said Gretchen like 5 times, and then I said Gretchen Winter.
That's the main character, right? I was like,
Like the
what
first
lawyer
couple
are you
chapters,
talking
I was
about?
like, stop, you're being ridiculous.
She went back to the book. We're side tangenting to the book.
I actually really liked her character.
I did too, but like the first couple chapters, I was like, okay, we get it. Like, she was like kind of like martyring herself, like making herself feel bad because she came for money.
And she
I actually like this one more than the last book because I just eat up toxic family drama. It's so.
Ooh, I wanted to hurt her brother so bad.
Oh my god.
Oh
At
my
one
God.
point, I was just like, Colton, if you don't lay this fucker out, I am going to be so upset with you. I will rage quit this book right now. And then he ended up talking him in the face, and I was like, thank you.
Like, that was the one thing, like, they didn't close off that storyline. Like, yes, the family's in therapy, but like, what happened to the piece of shit brother?
We don't care about him.
Yeah.
We don't care about
I feel
him.
like that's because like she like kept it like it's primarily a romance. So
I know, but
diving
like,
into all of that wouldn't have made sense. You know what I mean?
Christmas because she doesn't understand the joys of it. She had a very cold relationship.
Oh,
with
I understood
Christmas.
why. Like, you didn't know that the first couple chapters in, so you're like, why are you such a miserable pain in the ass?
I just wish we got a scene between after what happened with Paul with her parents.
Who the fuck is Paul?
The brother. Right,
What
his name is
brother?
Paul, right?
No, the brother's Will.
Oh, Will.
Will? Who's
Is it
Will?
Will? I thought it
Did
was
we read
Will.
this
I
book?
thought it was Paul.
Wait,
I was like,
I
there's
think
Evan. Jack is the
This is
uncle.
Paul, right?
Evan. Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
okay.
Evan.
Evan.
He had
I
two
was just like,
brothers.
who are you guys talking about? Me and Nicole. We're on the same.
Because she has two brothers, right?
Yeah, I don't know
I
who
thought
the
it was
second
Evan
one
and
was.
Well, because she
Paul.
was really close with the uncle, who
Jack is the uncle's name.
yeah,
That's
who I
Okay, yeah.
actually liked this whole time.
Yeah, I just wish we had a scene with the parents after, like, once they were in therapy. Because
That's what I mean. I'm like, you kind of left that open, and I kind of wanted to know more. Like, they understood why she was the way she was way too late.
I mean, because like that brother like broke her arm when they were kids, and the
9.
parents just like brushed over it. Like
Yeah,
he's a true
locked her outside
psychopath.
for what was it, 48 hours or some shit?
I think it was overnight that she was outside, but
still,
she was 9. 9 years old, and she gets locked outside. That's no.
The only thing I didn't like is like when she like just said like, "Okay, brother, I will give you all my inheritance." I was like, "What the?" I was like, "Excuse
rolled over
me."
too
I'm
fast.
sorry. How long have you known that man?
I was like, "You're giving him all that money?" Even the uncle was like, "Yo, like this will never hold up in court." I was like,
But it
"Come
was just
on,
like,
Gretchen."
come on, he had to be like good in bed or something for her to be like, I'm giving up 700 million or however much it was.
It was only 70
Like, it was
million, okay? 70 million. She wasn't using it anyways. She was off doing her lawyer
I know,
stuff.
but still, I was like,
Later.
that's your nest egg, girlfriend. Stop.
I was like, "That's your money. You are
Yeah.
entitled to that by your last name." And the shares in the company, I was like, "No."
Oh, my inheritance. No. Yeah. Do you know how many books I could buy with $70 million?
Do you know how many houses I could buy? And I wouldn't live in this country anymore. I would be gone. I'd be out of here.
Castle in Scotland. I'm 100% on that one.
I like this book. I really enjoyed this
I
one.
liked it too. There was just parts of it that like made me so angry. It was like, I'm reading a book. I'm down.
Yeah, I think you did touch on this, Alicia, and we did talk about it in our side chat where she just, and it happened too often. Like, I understand wanting to sprinkle it and kind of give us a little taste of it, but the fact that she came from so much, and then she would put everyone down, like, well, how could you like possibly spend all this when there's people with like nothing? And like, understandable, yes, but at the same time, like, you don't
talk
have
about
to.
the damn cupcake.
Yeah, well, that
in the
was
second book.
excessive. That what, $1,000 cupcake?
Yeah, that was stupid.
No,
I would be
take
like, just pay
$1,000
my rent for a month.
Nicole, how much 1 million could change my life? $500,000.
Right.
True. So true.
I would be out of here.
So
quicker than anything, I would be out of the United States. Out.
Yeah, that was just, it was frustrating for me just to kind of put herself down and just to not let her enjoy.
She kind of was like martyring herself.
Yeah.
Like, because I came from this, I'm gonna do a job that literally makes me nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
like,
I kind of get it.
It seemed like way too extreme. Like the two extremes.
I kind of get it because she's felt like so neglected from her whole
Yeah.
entire family, her whole life.
Yeah.
Like running away, like driving over state lines underage.
Was it Michigan?
And no,
Michigan,
I think she like went to Michigan or something.
That's where the author's
and no one
from.
really cared.
Is that why?
Okay.
Like,
it kind of made sense.
Any reason, but I knew that the author lived in Michigan.
Is it just me, or were you expecting the things that the brother did to be like a lot worse than they were in the book?
The brothers were pretty bad.
Yeah,
not the other one. The other one's not as bad.
He wasn't as bad, no. But then
he was just stupid.
He just didn't do anything.
Leaned on the fact that the older brother was like constantly drunk, and so I was just like, well, if you're drunk, you're gonna probably not be the nicest person.
Well,
and the fact that he had like how many mistresses?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I felt so bad. I was like,
with his assistant, and the assistant was the one that like gave the video over to the cops, and like he was cheating on her with someone else too. I was like,
I was glad
this
when
is
she
so
dumped
good.
his ass. I was like, good, you lose everything. Lose everything.
But that doesn't give you complete, like, doesn't wipe the slate clean that you were still a bitch.
No. Yeah.
Like, you were still an asshole to everybody because you were sleeping with the boss.
Yeah, she had a little high and mighty.
You're like, stop it.
Yeah.
Well, that's like that syndrome where like she thinks like, oh, he's gonna leave his wife, and then I will be like the next, you know what I mean?
Queen
like,
of the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those false promises.
They never leave their wife for the mistress, okay?
Especially if they have that much money, because I bet you they didn't sign a prenup.
And especially and then you're getting into the whole like improper relationship because it is someone that's like lower than you in the company and
Oh yeah, they can sue. She can sue him.
But there were so many parts of it that I was just like, before we knew the whole backstory, I'm like, you were just mean for the sake of being mean. My God.
I don't know if she was mean. She was just cold.
Yeah,
Which could come across as mean, but I always took her as being like really cold.
It was just hard to read it sometimes. Like I understood why it was there. It was just hard to read it sometimes. I was like, oh my god, it's okay to let someone buy you freaking hot chocolate. My god.
I feel like I want to see her write just like a contemporary fiction book. Yeah. I feel like she tries to combine too much with the romance.
She has it was on, oh gosh, I think it was on Scrooge, called The Proposal. It's only one book in the series, and it's a sports romance, but it's one book that it's not about other books being read, but has kind of the same vibe to it. Just kind of takes out the
steam,
the romance part of it.
No, there's still steam, but it takes out the book within a book theme. How do we like the book within a book? We kind of touched base on it a little bit with Liz.
I wanted more of it. Like there was only like 4 chapters where they you went into the book. I was like, wait.
I agree, $1 million. It sounds like a lot, but then you start, because you would feel obligated to maybe help family, but then think about it. You buy a house. The house is $500,000. There's half of it right there. Now you have to worry about taxes.
You have to pay taxes on it.
Oh, taxes would be a mess and a half.
So you may make $20 million, but then the government's like, we're gonna take $10 million from that.
Oh man. Yeah, I audiobook most.
The Prospect.
The Prospect. I knew something with the P. I knew The Proposal. I was like, I don't think it's that, but The Prospect, yeah.
I love this narrator. He sounds like Joe Arden.
I love this narrator. Is one of my favorites.
I feel like it is Joe Arden under a pen name, but
it wouldn't surprise me. There's many audio narrators that do that. It wouldn't surprise me.
But the voice sounds so familiar. I was like, I know that voice.
So many things. I feel like that, or he just has one of those voices. But I swear I've read him before.
I just like that he doesn't make women sound
terrible,
awful, like a lot of audiobooks do.
Andrew,
what's the choice having a male narrate the book, even though it's dual POV?
Oh my gosh, Andrew Iden has read 99 titles.
Holy shit.
That's a lot. So many.
Yeah.
Oh, he did When in Rome. That was really cute. The second book, I think I hid it. It's back there.
I know I'm going to read the rest of the series because I'm really enjoying it.
I am too.
Yeah,
there's just certain parts of it that I'm like, there are certain things that like hit home with certain things, and I'm just like, ooh, I wasn't expecting that to hit home. Ooh.
I do like how her female characters are a little bit unlikable. I like that because it's usually the other way around.
I like book 2.
Book 2,
because it's usually like the other way around, like where there's no such thing as like an alpha whole female.
Yeah.
Is it what would you even call that?
That's how she is in book 2. Shoo.
What would you even call that? A femihole or something?
Don't try to nay on the whole A.
I was like, is there even a term for that?
You can make one up. That's all. I'll let you do that.
I'm gonna give it up. I'm not going to, but I like that she has a reversal because I feel like in romance, readers can be harder.
I love that he was the cinnamon roll though. He was such a cinnamon roll. Like, oh my god.
Colton did say in the last book that he likes his steamy time, and this book definitely stepped it up.
Yep. I also really enjoyed the fact that she was about ready to reverse grand gesture him. She's like, I got to do a grand gesture. I got to get back. And he's like, I've already got my grand gesture planned out, ma'am. You can't take this from me.
Yeah, why is Vlad in a Santa suit?
Vlad is so damn cute.
Santa suit. I love that it was Colton that came in there. I was like, buck up, little guy. Like, we'll just tape it around you. It won't fall out.
That was the cutest scene ever. Like, they're all just sitting there playing on their phones like they gave up already. By the time he gets up there.
I really thought at one point that those songs that he pushed her out of the house for to write, that they were going to come back, and that was going to be his grand gesture, that somehow you would hear that, or she would hear that on the radio, and it would just be like, oh, this is our song. Yeah, it's a Christmas grand gesture from the Russian.
I love the Russian. Like, oh my god, I can't.
I love that his
I
butt.
need a book 2 of Vlad and Elena. Like,
Yeah.
I just need it. I could do a whole spin-off series, just
Or
focus
like
on
a
them
short
and their
story
kids.
that like something.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine them with kids? Ah! And okay.
Oh my god, he would be such like a cinnamon roll dad that like he'd be the pushover in the relationship with when it comes to the kids.
Oh, I'm sorry to ruin that for you. No, we never get the song. Unless if
your
I wish they did.
No, we didn't.
I was hoping that they would play it in the audiobook at least.
Oh, yeah. That seems like a lot of extra work for them to do.
I don't think Lyssa K has a budget.
I would have loved that too. That would have been.
I was like, I don't think these books
really
are
cool. They did it in what was it, Daisy Jones and the Six? They did the.
That's like Taylor Jenkins Reid though.
But that's the only Taylor Jenkins Reid that I like.
You know Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo?
Which surprises me because I'm really into like the old Hollywood, like Marilyn Monroe. That really shocked me that I didn't like it.
You need to finish it for the grand gesture, Nicole.
The grand gesture is worth it.
Grand gesture, okay?
And the scene where he is Santa is totally worth it.
I think she might be past that already, though.
Oh my! But it was just my favorite thing with that. They were all losing their shit by the time he got there. It was hysterical.
I just really enjoy Lyssa K's writing. She's really good at characters. I feel like a lot of romance necessarily doesn't do that always. Like the characters are like generic hot dude A and curvy female B.
Yeah. I think the next, because I think I read somewhere that she's going to have at least one more.
I think that's the last one.
Is it Dell? Is it Dell who gets the romance?
Is it the cheese guy?
No. I was thinking the cheese man because he was talking about Michelle, but I don't know if they're just like a hot piece together or I don't know.
Isn't that Vlad's neighbor, the one that like had a crush on him or whatever?
I think it was Michelle.
Yeah. I think it's Michelle, yeah. That's the neighbor that got divorced, right?
Yep.
I think so.
With the 2 kids.
Yeah.
She's talking about Evelyn Hugo.
I love Evelyn Hugo. Like, she's horrible, but I love it. Like, you won't like Taylor Jenkins Reid if you don't like unlikable characters. All of
I just really like. My friend sold the audiobook to me because they were like, she said to me it was like behind the music from the 90s. I was like,
Daisy Jones and what's the lead guy? The other lead singer, I forgot his name, but they're the worst.
Yeah. It seems to me like they're based on like
Fleetwood Mac.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to watch the
I haven't watched it yet because I wanted to finish the book.
But I was like, I feel bad for Camila. Like, he's just cheating on her right in front of her face when she's pregnant. Oh shit, that's a spoiler.
I don't know what you're talking about, but that sounded really sad to me.
I was like, Alicia knows what I was about to go with this. I was about to spoil the big twist.
Went right over my head. My wine is kicking in, so now I'm in that mood where I'm just like, here we are. But Liz, I think what we're talking about is that the cheese man is sleeping with the neighbor, but we think that it would be the cheese man that would have the next book. Because I don't think any of the other, because they usually try, I feel like with each of the books, they've kind of slowly introduced the next person based on the relationship with the person in the previous book. And I don't feel like we were really introduced to anyone new.
The only person that I can think of that isn't married that's in the book club already is Dell.
I thought Dell had a wife. Maybe that was Jan.
Maybe.
Oh, God. Did you read the same book? Sorry, Nicole. Spoilers. If you knew what they were talking about, cool. Stacey Jones.
Yeah. I feel that.
Uh-oh. I love the cheese black market. It is I love literally every little cheesy pun that they had, and I mean, like,
great.
Pun.
I hate it though. It takes me out of the book every single time he comes on the page because a woman just like tastes the cheese and they're like, oh, like I love you so much.
Please tell me what cheese makes you feel like that because I want to know.
What she's having. Oh man.
There is a black
can't take
market
the book
for food.
seriously.
No,
Yeah,
no
well,
lie. There's a black market for food.
I
Like
believe
the
that.
expensive shit, black truffle mushrooms and shit.
but
You
he's
can
gotta
black market
have
that stuff.
like a good backstory too. Like if backstory is everything as I have learned in these novels now. So I'd be really curious
He's
to
so
see
smarmy that he's got to have a backstory where he's being like overprotective because he got his heart or something because he's so like braggadocious with himself.
I feel like there's a fan fiction where he steals everyone's wives. Has his own reverse
He
harem.
tries every book.
I can see like them all just going. I can see them all going like, but he has really good cheese. I bet you that fan fiction has to exist somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure it does. Oh yeah, France would have one.
Yeah, I could eat cheese every day, all day.
Yeah, I really want mozzarella.
I know, like I really want like a cheese plate.
Is it bad I don't like cheese?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Why?
A little bit. But I've come to expect that, Charles.
Why?
You don't like Sarah J. Maas.
I mean, but Sarah J. Maas, that one was kind of deserved.
Yeah, yeah.
Like anyone who like tries to come at me with ACOTAR, I'm like, explain to me the arc of this. Explain to me, pitch me the series that doesn't revolve around just explaining book one. Like literally,
so
Sarah J. Maas said,
levels
like,
to
hold
it.
my beer. Book one was just a prequel. It's actually a duology.
I mean, that would probably make a lot of sense. Let's just.
That makes more sense.
I'll give you
It's
that.
a series because you could read ACOTAR and like be done, and you're like, okay, that was fine.
But if you just stop at ACOTAR, you miss so much.
But Lysa's not
I
a
just
good
don't
option
care.
either.
Like I tried, and I was like, this isn't for me.
Yeah. I would try Throne of Glass, but I don't feel like punishing myself just yet.
I think you would actually like Throne of Glass.
You
don't have to like.
Sure.
I read her adult fantasy series, and I could not deal with book one. If she like makes a joke about what's the guy being an alpha something, I forgot what she said, but like she constantly repeated it, and the fact that there was like a bajillion characters, I was like, where are we going with all of this?
Oh man!
I was like, can we make Danica the lead and kill off Bryce? Just swap them.
I just don't like that name, Bryce.
Yeah. It's like it's supposed to be adult, but I'm like, you can easily put that in YA.
I can't think of anything else to talk about with this book. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, what do you guys like? Do you think we could get a book for the musician that Colton worked with?
Oh, that could be another one.
I like that character.
He was adorable. I was like, oh, you're cute.
He was so nice.
So nervous. Oh, he'd be adorable. He would be a good one. But I feel like you have to have someone more integral.
New, I don't think, for this book. Like usually they bring someone in new to the book club.
The reason why I say the Cheese Man being the next one was because they made a comment about he basically joined the group, but they just hadn't invited him to book club. So I feel like he's going to have like a serious romance issue, and the brothers, oh my gosh, the Bromance book club would hear it, and they'd just be like, "Listen, dude, we can help you out. You just have to like stop hitting on our wives with cheese and read this book, and we'll help you out." I could just see that happening.
Because I wonder what she's going to do for her next series. Because she hasn't said anything, right?
I don't think so.
Besides the last, is it going to be only one more book in the?
I think it's only one more. She does have a book coming out, I believe, later this year.
Isn't that the one in the first book?
It's the book that's in the first book, so she's actually going to like flesh that out into an actual story.
I want to see her do historical romance. I feel like she would fit that genre really well.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't an interview, but she had posted something at one point about how much research she had to do
on
for
her
the
Instagram.
historicals. And I was just like,
Instagram.
her homework. Good job.
I gotta give it up to her because like these books are like layered. You have the book within a book. Each one has a theme that relates to the book within a book. And all of them have a different like subgenre within romance that they tackle.
Yeah.
The one that would actually work if Cheeseman is book 6 is a food romance, like a baking romance or like something like that. It would work because that's a subset of romances anyway. Food
Who
romances.
would be the other interest? Because we've got to have met another woman.
Michelle,
I don't think it would be Michelle.
I think it would be Michelle.
Maybe part of the book is him winning over her daughters, because I think that's adorable if it's done right.
Oh, because maybe she could be like the one like that doesn't want any strings attached. She just wants the friendship
for
benefits.
A good time, bang, bang, bang.
And they catch his feelings.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
This is writing itself. This is good. I like it.
Listen, if you're watching, we've written it for you. You probably already have it planned out, but here's some our ideas.
I would actually read that book. That sounds really good.
I would too.
Because I love her writing so much. Christina's not that good, but like her writing is so good. I want this to be adapted like immediately.
It would actually be really cute, like
it would be like Hallmark, but with
mini-series. Like one of the TV shows that used to be on Hallmark or something.
Yeah.
Was it this one that I read?
It would be good.
I can totally see it.
Hold on.
I know it was optioned to Netflix a while ago.
Okay.
Was
I was
it?
just like,
I
which
didn't
one?
know.
There's two series I was thinking of, but yeah, this has been optioned for Netflix, and I'm just like, how are they going to do it?
But a lot of things get optioned, and then you don't see the damn show or the movie or whatever it is.
But I feel like Netflix knows after Bridgerton, like there's a market.
Yeah.
And what was that other show? They had that Virgin River or something that's really popular.
Oh God.
Well.
Yeah, from Robin Carr.
Yeah.
I couldn't sit through it.
365 Days. Oh God, I love that trilogy so much.
The end of the third one is stupid though. It's stupid. That ending is stupid.
But read the book. Alicia, the dream sequence that she has in that third movie, I was like, they have to make a fourth movie.
The last 15 minutes were stupid. I was there until the last 15 minutes, and then I'm like, wait, you're gonna leave it open like that? This is horseshit.
Yeah,
they have to make another one. I don't know when they're going to do it, but they have to.
There's only 3 books, so I don't think they're
seriously. The acting is so bad. I don't watch it for the acting.
You don't go there for the acting, though.
No, the acting is
true. This one does.
I mean, the man is hot. And he's Italian, so yes, please.
Everyone is really good looking in that movie.
Yeah.
Like the story makes zero sense when you listen.
The freaking cheekbones were killing me.
Oh yeah, that I tried to read that series. The first one played very.
The books are bad.
The movie, and then the second one just never ended. It was like a 27-hour audiobook. No, and then as soon as it ended,
I remember reading in the first book he messes with her birth control, and I was like, I'm out.
Oh, you haven't read enough dark romance. That's part. I expect that now.
That's the one thing I don't like is like it bothers me. Like if she forgets, okay, whatever, that can happen. But if the man messes with the birth control, I'm out.
Then don't read Bloody Hands by Adelaide Forrest.
Okay. I don't know why. I never thought that would be an issue for me, but I'm like, as I get older, I'm like, no.
Some authors do it well. Like where they do it and they realize
I've read really bad ones.
But in that book, the heroine literally has no backbone. He does it, she gets pregnant, and she's like, how could you ever do that to me? And then the next chapter, I forgive you. Let's have this baby. I was like, what?
That's called pregnancy hormones.
He just says, like, you're mine. Like, she literally goes to him knowing that he's a big crime boss and saying, why did these robbers spare me? Because they said I'm under your protection. And every other character's like, are you dumb? Why would you go back there? And
see, that's the other thing that bugs me is like when the heroine's too dumb to live, and you're just like, really, really,
you have to forgive her for that, because and she has no backbone, so it's just like he just steamrolls over her.
She's the perfect heroine for that type of book.
No, but you read it and it reads like a comedy because it's
really.
I can't believe this heroine right now. It's supposed to be dark, but it's just funny. I was like, why are you even having a fit right now? You're just gonna take him back in 2 seconds.
Worse than friggin' 50 Shades of Grey, where she didn't have any
This
damn
one's
backbone.
worse.
Ugh. I was like, I can't.
One's worse. But I love this book. I'm now officially a Lyssa K. Adams fan.
Yay!
I have book 1. I got it from oddly, my library has these, and no one has holds on them. So I just put it in hold, and the next day I'm like, okay, go pick it up. I was like, nice.
Book 2, she's garbage.
Liz, to answer your question, I don't know if you could do this in a movie. I feel like it would be a nice little, like, 6-episode arc.
Like one of those, like the BBC does, like the 6-episode seasons or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think you would want to go past 6 episodes. I think 9 would be too much. At that point, you'd have to start combining stories together and having, like, 2 romances at the same time. But if you're gonna stick to like a book a season, but they'd have to get to season 4, or I would literally.
No, I would boycott the show if there was no season 4. Okay, I want to see the hockey butt.
That's the thing about Netflix, though. It's like you're lucky to get to a season 4.
Yeah.
Well, look at Bridgerton. They're combining books to seasons now. 2 and 3 is going to be one season.
That's a huge amount of like 7 to 8 seasons for all the books.
That's too many.
That's a lot of seasons of a show.
Well, I do like the brother from book 2 better in the show than in the book. He was an a-hole in the book.
True.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like his season. I was expecting to love the second one because I was just like, oh, it's really good. But like,
I heard they changed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they changed so much, and then
they didn't do the scene that I was hoping for.
Oh, they didn't do the B scene?
No, they didn't. They didn't do how he got it out.
But he didn't like try to suck out the poison. And I was like, that's the whole point.
That's the biggest scene from that book.
Right.
No.
It's like so ridiculous when you read that scene.
I mean, have you looked at that, man? Okay.
I feel like they're gonna have to combine, like they're gonna have to double up, or like start someone else's romance in between.
It would be easy to do at least.
You can do Colin and Benedict's. You can set up Benedict's at the same time.
I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
But my question is they left it open as like with the first series of him being like either bisexual or
I hope they
gay.
do that. I hope they go there.
Which is great. But like, how are you going to fit it into the actual story that book is?
I mean, they have clean shirt. I feel like the way they set up the society in that world, it kind of breaks all the rules. Or like having like a black duke in the first season.
That man is so hot, it's not even fair. Like, oh my god. That man just needs to smile at me and I would melt.
Huddle on the ground.
Him and freaking Henry Cavill. Like, oh my god.
Does I don't blame you for just quitting. I quit Outlander. I did. Too much.
I didn't quit with the TV show. I like the TV
I quit it all. I said no thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't make it past book 1.
With Outlander? See, I think what happened with Outlander is I decided to buddy read it with a few friends, and we read 8 books, 1 a month. That's too much. Those books
are a lot. They're thick books too. They're not like 400 pages. They're thick books.
They're like
nothing happens. So when Go Tell the Bees comes out, I'm like, great. Like, I love where the last book ended. I wanted more at that point, and it ended. And then when it picked up, I was like, this is dumb. It's dumb. And then it's everyday life. And I was just like, I do
appreciate it that they changed some things for the TV show, though.
I did a little bit, but also take out the rape. It's not necessary. Yes, it's the time they live in. We don't need to see it in everything. It just, that bothers me. So that's also why I was like, it was happening once a season. I really hated how graphic they got with the daughter. And when that happened to her, I was just like, that was awful. I mean, rape in general is just the worst at all. But that being like a trigger already, like, no. And then every episode for the next season had like, here's a little warning, like there's rape involved, just beware. And it was always in the opening credits. I'm like, we don't need to relive it, like just it happened.
Yeah, I like how Interview with the Vampire did that well with Claudia. Like you knew it happened, but they never showed it or they dwelled on it.
Right.
You remember that scene where like she meets other vampire?
They left enough open for you to know that it happened, but they didn't give you every detail.
And that I do better with that. Like I understand.
I still had a hard time watching it because I knew I was like, like I'm sitting on the couch going, this is gonna happen. I thought it was gonna be more graphic because of how the show is in general.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank you for not being graphic with that. I appreciate that.
I need to watch the show again. I need it. I need it.
I want you so bad.
I already watched it 4 times already. I can't.
I literally watched the whole season in like 3 days because the last episode wasn't out yet. So I watched it all in 3 days, and then I made my mom watch it, and she watched it all in a day. I'm like, see, I told you.
Dropped it so you could binge it. Because I had AMC Plus. Because I knew you get the episodes a week earlier.
Ah.
Or something like that. You get the episodes earlier.
You would get them. You would get like the first week. The first 2 episodes came out through AMC Plus.
Mayfair Witches I could do without.
I liked the guy who played Cyprian. That's about it.
Oh no, I'm Team Lasher all the way. Even though he's creepy and demon.
But like he's supposed to be really hot, and I was like, but this guy isn't even. Ew.
Compared to Cyprian, I was like, Lasher's a better choice. I was like, Rowan, like,
I don't know.
Stop this hesitation.
That whole day, I'm scarred from that book. Seriously, there are certain scenes of that book that are burned in my brain that I wish weren't burned in my brain.
That's the dark romance in me talking.
But I'm okay with it unless it's.
I feel like they have to change a lot for that show. I think they already have. They cleaned it up
much better for the show, but it's still gross.
Yeah. You know, I would just have leaned into it. Because, like, it's meant to be, like, gothic, crazy, over-the-top horror. I would just have not been... Because AMC, they can't show everything, but I would
They show a lot more than I thought they would.
It's like the whole discussion, like, where they were, like, re-editing, I think, Roald Dahl's old books. And that type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I get it to make it more mainstream. People who haven't read the book or didn't watch
Mayfair Witches needed to like not have that job because
they don't even have any powers really. They just like chants and potions.
And then their eyes get all like milky and shit when they're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Awful. Don't watch it, Liz. Trust me.
What did everyone rate this book? I give it a 5.
You said you rated it a 5? Oh my gosh! I feel like I have to rate it a 5 now too.
I love this book.
4.5.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was kind of teetering between like a 4 and a 4.5. I think after our conversation, I do, and the fact that Colton, how have we gotten this far and we haven't talked about the fact that Colton is a cat daddy and almost pushed Vlad out of the way. I was just like, okay, if there was more pickles in this book, things could have gone very differently.
I just love that he's a cinnamon roll. Like he was like, "Oh my god, I love Christmas." I'm like, dude,
he's a cinnamon roll, but like he has bite to him.
Yeah, exactly.
He will mess you up.
The fact that he said he had never met anyone before, and then he like decked him out, I was like, "You protect your woman."
I was like, I kind of wish Gretchen got that punch.
That was my only issue. Is I wish she did it.
She should have.
I understood why he did it, but I wish she did it.
She had kind of given up on just.
I would have done like wrestling style and taken a foldable chair and slapped. just like, excuse me, let me go get a foldable chair. Whack.
That brother needed his ass kicked, like old school ass kicking.
I'm surprised the uncle let it go on for so long.
See, that's
the only thing that bothered me.
It's a 4.5. I'm like, dude, you know all this crap is happening, and you didn't do shit.
I am glad
that he could have changed the will too. to write out the brother.
Yeah. I'm glad that he didn't end up being the dad. Like, a small part of me really wanted it, and then as soon as she was just like, I used to wish you were my dad, and I was like, if he ends up being your dad, I'm gonna be pissed now.
No,
It's like, I wanted it before, but now that
You
you
realize
want it,
that they had an affair between her mother and the uncle? Oh my goodness.
That was heartbreaking though to hear her say that. Like, I always hoped it was you.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so sad.
When she stole the car, they reported the car missing and not her. I was just like, hello? It's a car.
They did it twice. They did it at the end of the book too, when she took the car and left.
They just report the car.
Yeah.
Because they don't want the
He's
attention.
an a-hole and is that's why there's like 7 rings of hell. Like, he needs to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, dude, how are you this slimy and have made it through life? Like, my God.
Why do I feel like I could see a reality where like Lyssa Kay just like goes like, you know what? I'm gonna do a redemption story.
Oh God. No, thank you.
Well, because it's romance. Like anything is possible in the romance now.
I'll allow it.
I have to say, this was a very
legit, they could
convincing
take a character that you hate and write the perfect book, and you'd be like, I love him.
It's so true.
It's so true, depending on the author.
I felt so bad for his wife. Like, oh.
I don't feel bad. She knew what she married. That's like one of the things you know what you marry. Like, I know what his wife knew what she married into.
I know, but still.
Like, she's there for status.
Do either of you watch Ted Lasso?
No, I haven't yet.
I love Ted
Have you watched the last season, Charles?
I refuse to watch the final episode because I refuse to acknowledge that the show may be over.
Okay, so I can't remember because I can't remember what episode it ends.
Which character are you thinking
I'm talking about the husband, the ex-husband. I think it's the last episode, so I can't say anything.
Ted?
Not Ted.
Oh, Hannah? No,
Hannah's husband.
The coach. Right, Rupert.
No, yeah, I think Rupert. Yeah, him.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're at in his storyline, so I won't say anything.
They just did. I remember seeing up to where they went to that a Kufu guy. He's so petty that Sam turned him down. Alicia, you have to watch it. Like, he hates him so much.
I know.
And like when
it's on my list.
It's a feel-good show. I'd say watch Ted Lasso first, because it's a lot faster to get through.
Trust me, you will watch one episode, you will binge it.
Watch them all.
Well, because not to be mean, but I was like, why does everybody love this show? Like, I don't.
You gotta watch an episode. You'll know why. Sorry, was
that?
But like going from the commercials and stuff, I'm like,
I had to back up Jen on this. Like, it's rare to see a show. You should watch Shrinking, which was like made by the creators of Ted Lasso.
Okay.
That has Harrison Ford in it too.
I love Harrison Ford.
But it's one of those. It's so feel good. Like, it's hard to put into words.
No, there's no plot to it.
It wraps
Who's your favorite character?
But at the same time, like, there's so much drama, and you're like, there's no way that there's a positive way out of this, but there's always like a positive mindset, and it's so rare to see that. And so just having that, it gives you hope, because even in the darkest of moments, it's just like there is still hope. I don't know. I don't know if I explained it right, but I mean, it's so good.
It's like with Nathan's journey, not to spoil it, like he literally like went to the bad, and they managed to have him come back. Like any character's worth can have redemption, and I love the mental illness.
Yeah,
how they tackle it. The whole second season is like everyone's in therapy.
Right? I don't like when mental illness is just used as a plot device.
Nope. It's not. It has a purpose. It serves it. It works in the 3rd season. I really hope my parents aren't watching, because I was house sitting and they had Apple Plus and I watched it all. So I'm sitting with my parents and they think I've only seen it once, which is why I can't figure out what episode, because I literally binged them back to back. So I don't know where one ends and one starts. So I'm just like,
Good.
But yeah, that was to your point, Charles, where it's really hard to get someone like that you like to hate and then to like again, and they did it beautifully.
It's very hard to be done correctly.
If they can make me love Jamie from where he was in the 1st season, It's not. Oh, and the gay storyline with one of the players
Yes! I love that too.
and
And then the
Keely
whole speech
being
about, like,
bi.
it's not that I don't care, I do care. And I'm just like, oh, did you
I was
just
like, I
see
love this show so much.
I just
it?
know about the character that reads a lot. That's all I know.
There's a character that reads?
Reads?
Is that supposed to be Roy?
Oh, are you talking about
Yeah.
the reporter? The reporter guy?
Oh, I love the reporter too,
I love
Ken.
the reporter guy too.
Oh, and the episode that you're talking about with the one character that's gay, and then the speech that Roy has at the end where he was just like, yeah, I told this guy that how is it his baby, and that whole thing, I was just like, oh, in a moment, like I was a waterfall of tears, and then I'm just like, it's so
Oh,
good.
and that player's best friend, how he reacted when someone like said
Yeah.
like a gay slur. I
Mm-hmm.
was like,
Oh yeah.
I love this show. Like, there's nothing that they can handle any issue and make and do it well.
I'm so sad if this is it. Like the way that
I heard
this
that there
one
might
does
be. I heard rumblings that there might be a film.
a film. What? Okay, we'll have to
Yeah.
investigate this. There's a possibility. So once you watch it, Charles, once you finally make the decision to, it does feel final, but they do a nice little end where it could possibly spin
It leaves the door open.
to two
Oh,
other
to focus on other
characters.
characters.
So it's possible that the essence of it, but unless if you bring back Ted, I just I don't
But I
see it.
feel like the show could you could do with so many other characters because even though yes, it's Ted's show, I could follow a show about Roy
Yeah,
or a show with Jamie or Keely would be a fun show.
I can't say anything.
Keely and her friend and I always forget her name. Rebecca? The
Rebecca,
cat
I love
is it
Rebecca.
Rebecca?
Hmm. I want to know more about Rebecca once you finish season 3. The last episode, there's so many things that I want to talk to you about, but I'll just zip it for
I'm
now.
gonna watch it tonight because I need to finish it. Like I want it. I
It's
want to
that warm
finish
hug
it.
for your heart. You'll feel it. You'll just be like,
You feel so good. You ugly
"Ew."
cry, but then you feel like someone just hugged you with this TV show. Alicia, you have to watch it.
It
It's
takes a
like,
lot for me to cry.
trust me, I
I
cried like buckets.
I am dead inside. I feel like I very rarely cry. The last episode choked me up a couple times, but that's because I think I had heard somewhere that it could be the last one. So I saw certain things and I was just like, that's a playback to that. And it was just super cute. All right. Well, on that downer note, because I need to finish Jane the Virgin, and now Charles needs to go watch Ted Lasso. And Alicia, your homework is watching the first episode of each and then reporting back by the next week when you finish all of them because you're so excited you finished all 5 seasons of Jane the Virgins and 3 seasons of Ted Lasso. We'll just have a bigger discussion. So after we discuss Mansplainer by Avery Flynn, we'll go ahead and continue this conversation.
We'll table this conversation for now.
That was a really good segue.
I was just like, I don't want to like rush us off, but at the same time, I'm like, I have 9 episodes left, and it ended on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, I need answers.
How many seasons of Jane the Virgin are there?
5 or 6, right?
There's only 5. There's 100 episodes total, which is nice because each episode title is the number it is.
Or
So
chapters,
as you
yeah.
go through the series, it's like 98, 99. You're like, I'm almost there. You never want it to end, but also you need answers.
It's a good show. You will like it.
It's such a
I
drama.
need to sit down and watch TV. Like I'm always so like up and I don't really.
I have the greatest plan for you. Okay, it doesn't work with Jane the Virgin because there are Spanish subtitles. So I've tried to do 2 things at once, and it's not as easy. So
Are the subtitles readable though? I hate when they're like really tiny.
Yeah, they're readable.
Okay.
If you feel like it, so
I don't mind if a show has subtitles. I just don't like having to squint.
It's mostly the grandmother speaks a lot in Spanish.
Speaks in Spanish. My recommendation is to on Netflix just have the closed captioning on because then they I don't know what it looks like without the closed captioning because I'm basically deaf and I like to have it on because the action is so loud and then the speech is so quiet. So it's just like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and have it set for the sound that it's not crazy, and then I'll just read the rest of it. But if you put the subtitles on, I've never had a problem reading it. It's very clear, and I think you can even pick like font sizes to make it easier for you.
Because there's some movies that I've watched, and I love watching foreign films, but like the letters in the subtitles are so damn small that I'm just like sitting next to the TV to try to read it. I'm just like, this is ridiculous.
But to go back to our, oh, hold on, Nicole. Hold on. Nicole, I disappeared. Okay. Have a good night, Nicole.
Have a good night.
Thanks for coming back. We started talking about Ted Lasso.
On your mailbox.
It's fine.
Bye.
But, oh my God, where was I going with this whole thought process? But okay, so spoiler alert for everyone, that was before nobody was here. It's not even a spoiler alert. I don't know why I said it. So I was talking about Prime deals and how I went ham on all these diamond paintings because I have a problem now. I love diamond painting. I don't know why. It's just so fun. It's like a little zen thing. It's very relaxing. So Alicia, you bought those diamond paintings.
I did.
Then set up next to your TV the diamond painting so you can do that. You can still watch it when you hear typing because there are parts that are typed and you have to read. There's text. Okay. So it gives you a chance to kind of look up, which is nice for your neck. The subtitles, when you hear the grandma start talking, look up because you have to see what she's saying. Otherwise, you miss a lot. But that's how you can just kind of sit in a spot for a really long time. Or if you've got a good audiobook, diamond painting is also excellent for audiobooks because it's very mindless, but it still makes you feel like you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Paint by numbers is okay, but I feel like I've really switched. I don't know. I like things that sparkle. Diamond painting sparkle. It's not like great sparklies. It's enough to fill that little diamond in my heart. But yeah. So that aside, we've lost everyone at this point, probably. 2 weeks from today, so not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. Be prepared for a very tired Jen, just because I am going to start a new schedule at work where I work 5:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. I volunteered for it. I may take a cat nap and be fine. Who knows? But 5:30 a.m. is very early in the morning, even though I am an early riser. But we are still going to stay to Wednesday, so that's not going to change. 6 p.m. still our time to shine. If y'all want to take a screenshot, fantastic. I never know how long to hold it. I say that all the time. Perfect. You know what else I say all the time? Let's hope I get them all. Whew. Thank you to my lovely co-host. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you for all the people watching now and watching later. Don't forget to like the video and come back next week. I think that's everything. I say it way too fast.
No, you're good.
Did I miss it? There are, okay, I am going to work, hopefully by the next one, I'll have to have them, where I have both August and September, like lives and everything, so you can go ahead and subscribe to those or follow them, or I don't know how to do anything other than make the events. Be on the lookout for those. Alicia, anything happening with your channel? I know that we have one in August 18th at 5 p.m.
Yeah. 5 p.m. your time, 8 p.m. EST. I haven't scheduled anything with Julie yet because she's moving in October. I might be going live, not Friday night, probably this weekend.
Okay.
To do the mid-year freak out, check-in, tag, whatever it is.
Oh, I should probably do one of those. Sorry, Nicole's followers. All I do are the live streams. I can't edit things. I should come live and be like, I've only read 30 books this year. I've slowed down my reading significantly because I've physically read versus like audiobooks.
I've only done 53.
How many have you done, Charles? Put us to shame. Just 300,
no,
400?
Now I'm number shy, so now I decline to share.
Is it 120?
I need to know. Give me the number, Charles.
We gave you ours. Give us yours. Come on.
300.
You know what? A gentleman never tells.
400. 425.
Is it 350?
I want to come up with a number.
Tells.
Is it 3-digit? I know that.
I can look on your. By the way, I can look on your Goodreads.
I want to say I'm gonna guess.
Well, you did. I run to Goodreads to block Alicia.
Well, because I feel like last year, didn't you finish last year with like 700 reads? You listened to audio
last year was like
really
6
fast, though,
something or
so
7 something.
I want to guess
I
you
would
are
say my highest is 1,000.
1,000. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go with, just because we were talking about 365, you've read 365 books. Plus or minus. Am I close? Am I not close?
You know what? I can't really say. It's really about the
Alicia,
number of books that I really enjoyed. You know,
Hold on.
it's not a true number game.
Oh no, that's why I actually lowered the number of books that I wanted to read, so that I didn't feel the pressure, because I knew that I was going to slow way down this year. That, and then I've been working like really weird hours, so I'm actually looking forward to this 5:30 to 2, because then I'll have that chunk of the evening uninterrupted. Before, I was working 10:30 to 7, so I couldn't do anything in the morning, and I really couldn't do anything at night. So Shannon, you did miss a whole lot. Shannon, you know everything. Tell us how many books Charles have read.
Holy crap, you read... Wait, last year you read 768 books?
I did? I don't think that was me. Yeah, I didn't unadd you quick enough, Alicia.
Holy shit, I'm jealous.
How many did he read? I need to know.
I'm looking. It's not giving me his current shit.
Son of a gun. Where are you, Felicia? We've got to find it. At this point, I'm going to hold Charles hostage. No Ted Lasso for you until you tell me this number.
Oh, my dog is telling me different. She's telling me not to tell.
You cannot use your dog as an excuse. That's not fair.
Use it for any excuse. I'm like, I had to go. My dog needs to go use the bathroom. Or my dog needs food.
The number. The best. It was. It really was.
Did you really unblock me? It says we're not friends on here. Did you really unfriend me because it says we're not friends on here?
What?
I'm gonna friend you right after, but I was like, I'm just gonna block you from my
text
number.
me the answer. I don't even know if we are friends on here, Charles.
Are you on?
How are we not friends? How do I find anybody? How do you find people on here? People randomly add me, and I'm like, what?
It says I can't friend you.
Me?
You've been blocked?
It literally says I hit the friend button, the little plus sign, and it says something went wrong. You cannot friend this person. What did you
do? Charles, that's so hurtful.
You know what? Sometimes you just have to protect your modesty.
But it just literally says something went wrong. What the
I have to come up with an answer to be your friend? Charles, you tell me what that is. You can add my friend request later. We won't spot check you right now.
I'm not mad. I'm just surprised it's never told me I can't friend somebody before.
Have you subscribed? Oh, wait. Maybe I just put... Hold on. I did an exclamation point. I was very excited to say yes, and it said that's not the right answer. Rude. What if I'm excited to say yes, I did?
Look, hit the friend button. Something went wrong. That's all it tells me.
Oh, Charles, so hurtful.
What the hell? I thought we were friends on here.
He must have blocked me before I even became his friend. I feel so hurt right now. I have the number 215. Yes. It could be outdated though, because I know that you're not as. Do you update this as often or no? Because I thought there was one time where you were like, I am not as up to date. You don't have to tell me the number. I just need to know if you update it as frequently as you used to.
Am I? Do I have 50 or 100 books that I just haven't put in the system yet?
Very possible.
Charles, why can't I friend you for the love of... Why?
I can
it's really upsetting me.
215 is not bad. I honestly was thinking like 365.
I was expecting like 300 and something.
Makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Are you sure I'm not at that?
Not according to Goodreads. So I know that that's probably a little outdated.
Well, do you use anything else besides Goodreads?
Oh, do you use Storygraph? I don't use that.
I do.
I love Storygraph.
The only reason why I stopped using Storygraph as much because for a lot of the indie titles, they're not in Storygraph.
How do you add a book to Goodreads? Does anybody know?
You have to be a librarian to do that.
You have to,
Rude. What happens if I get a special edition and I want to put that edition in there because nobody else has already? Then I have to have outdated information. This is why I have a Book Buddy app.
Why won't it let me friend you? This is upsetting.
It's okay. I friend requested you. It's all good.
Maybe that's why.
If
you were friend requested her, I wonder if that's why it's not giving you the option. You might just have to accept being his friend.
Oh, I see someone
I've
named
never
Jen.
had it say and it's not like
Do I know
one
a
of the people
Jen?
that has too many friends on whatever.
Do I know Jen? I'm gonna say ignore.
Don't you think I already ratted you out with the number? Okay, we can be friends.
We talk all the time. Anyway.
And that's the thing, Shannon. I swear I've added a book at one point in my life and I was able to do it. Maybe they took away restrictions. I don't know. I'm very upset by this. Because I would like to be able to add special editions.
That's why I want to start doing my own spreadsheet so I don't lose my mind.
That takes a long time, let me tell you. I did that.
Honestly, you're better off tracking your reading on your own if you really want a really good listing. Because sometimes for most of the books I read, they're audios, but I don't switch it to that edition. I just whatever edition the book comes up as, okay, add it as read.
I might have to try that, Shannon. But what happens if it's a book? Because one of my special editions, let's just grab one.
Yeah, sometimes they don't have it.
Yeah, because this one, beautiful copy here, doesn't have a. Although, is it on the inside?
It might be on the publisher page, the publishing page.
It may not be. Oh yeah, it should be.
It is. It does. Okay, sorry, I didn't scream in everybody's ear, but I'll have to try that and find out. All right, so story time. Yes, I did go to the Taylor Swift concert. I got this shirt. Found out she got a European tour, and I really want to go to Europe next year anyways. But how awesome would it be if I got to go see Taylor Swift in concert in Europe as well? Yes, I have already listened to Speak Now. It's fine. Love it. Stories. I didn't know I was a Swiftie. My friends didn't know I was a Swiftie. My family we're all very surprised about my Swiftie status, but it's wonderful.
If you go to Italy, I have to come with you. My last name is Italian in Italy, for God's sake.
It is worth a shot, Shannon. I do agree with that. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, because there's a lot of the Fairy Loot and Bookish Box ones. Be proud of me, guys. I went from 4 subscriptions down to 3, and I'm probably gonna pick up another one though, because.
Are you going to sign up for the Unplugged book box to get the special edition of Julie's books?
I have that saved in my.
You don't have to get the book subscription. You can just buy the books from
them. But I
signed up for
the list at least. I wanted to do that, but I haven't yet.
Yeah. But they won't be available for October. But I'm keeping my eyes open because she said she's going to send us ARC. You and me. So.
I'll still buy it.
Charles, I'm sure I could throw you in there if you want one. But you need to read the first 2.
Yeah, Charles, get on it. They're so good. They're just not audiobooks, so.
They're so good, though.
Hey, my TBR is locked down. It's
just
a lot.
Like the schedule for book club for the next year.
Because I'm trying to. I'm being more intentional. So I any series that I've currently started. I want to finish those, so I can actually start something and not feel like, oh man, I have 50 series that I just read the first book.
Yep.
Because I feel like I need to go back, but then I reread the book. I'm like, I remember all of this. Why am I rereading this again?
I am gonna read City of Brass next month. I know. I'll message you all my thoughts. I promise.
What's happening?
City of Brass.
I love that book. I love that book.
But okay, because I know it's a series or at least a trilogy right now.
Yeah.
You don't have to read them back to back.
Okay. I'm just reading right now.
Even if you don't understand the politics, you don't really need to.
Was there politics in it? I love that shit.
It's dense.
Liz, I took your suggestion. I have been searching very hard to try and find books with light romance in them to sprinkle throughout.
We've been working on it. I've been sending her books that I already own so we can do the read what you own challenge.
I think what I'm going to end up doing is literally just putting things in a hat and then picking one out and being like, okay,
The Vanished Queen by Elizabeth Davis. It's 600 pages, but it's a standalone.
Okay.
And there are 2 sex scenes, but it's fade to black.
Well, I wanted to do that Rebecca Ross one.
Which one?
Right, the Queen, the
Divine Rival.
That cover looks so pretty. Oh my god.
This one. This is special.
I just want it because it looks pretty.
I want to read it.
Shut up. Where's that from?
This is Fairy Loots. This is
not
one you can necessarily buy, but
I want it.
I know. I saw this one. I was like, this looks good. And I really love Rebecca Ross. I've never read anything
by her.
Oh.
She's good.
What else has she written?
We looked this up the last week.
YA.
Okay. I'm not opposed to it. I've just never read anything by her.
Yeah, she's good.
All right, my friends. Well, if I leave you now, I can watch 3 episodes of Jane the Virgin before I go to bed. So yes. I think I'm going to have to call it here. It's been a pleasure with everybody. I've already said our spiel for this. So join us next week. Not next week. Join us 2 weeks from now for Mansplainer. This will actually be proud, everyone. This will get us
finishing another series.
Woo-hoo! Words that we've kind of started. Mine is actually, it's going to be the week after that because I just realized the Ruthless Rivals. That's really hard to say. Say it 10 times fast. Yeah, that one novella. It's a novella. So we're basically caught up. So that is everything. It's been a pleasure, everyone. We will see you next time. Bye.
Good night.